Let's talk about Isaac Rex for a moment. 6'6". He takes over for Bushman in 2020, becomes a freshman All-American, finishes tied for the most touchdowns by a tight end in the country with 12. What'd you see in Isaac then? And then we'll bring it to what you're seeing right now.
What I see in Isaac is that combination of being able to do both, to having the tenacity of, getting in the ugly trenches, but also being good enough to get out and get open and play in the open field. The best thing about Isaac is, I think, is his catch radius. He's got long arms. He's got really good hands, and I think he's second all time in the tight end touchdown, and I think he needs 2 to break the record.
He's got 21 already for his career.
And I get a $100,000 bonus as soon as that happens.
Pitt is going to say, "Hey, I didn't have a COVID season." That's the first phrase that's going to be out of Pitt's mouth.
So, well, I mean, tell Dennis to give me a call when that happens.
Dennis watches the show. He'll be on with us next month. Yeah, he's been on before. He's awesome. And he'll take credit for everything that Isaac does well.
Well, he does work with Isaac, and he's been working with a lot of our tight ends, which we're thankful for. Dennis was a GA when I was a GA when Dennis was playing, and you could tell he was special, but took the tough route to be one of the greatest tight ends in college football history. So, but yeah, Dennis. I'll text Dennis after. I'll split it with him.
Let's talk about Rex and his ankle. When we talked to him in spring, at the end of spring, he said, "I'm going to be fully ready for the fall." That ankle injury was so bad at USC at the end of the 2021 season, multiple surgeries and all that stuff. He plays last season on a bad ankle, which limits what he can do, but he's got the guts and tenacity to not let you take him out of the game. So as we sit now, a week from where the first practice is, where's he at with his ankle?
I think he's improved. I think what you don't know about Isaac last year is during the game, before the game, he'd get shot. So he didn't feel a lot of pain.
Yeah. But
it was during the week when he had to practice, because you can't get shot every day, when he was dragging that ankle around.
You can.
You can't.
But no one's going to.
But you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
They said that if he did do that it wouldn't. He'd get a tolerance for it, and so on game days he wouldn't be able to. He would feel it.
Right.
So he drugged that ankle all year long, and there were times when he could barely walk in practice, and it's hard because you can't try things out on game day. So
he rarely practiced during the week.
No, he did practice, but there were times we had to say, "Isaac, you're limping too much," and you'll probably see him limp some, but he had to really learn how to walk. It's not so much that it's hurting him; it's just it kind of drops. It's kind of like drop foot. You'll just see it kind of collapse, and it looks like he's limping. But and I asked him. He's so sick of me asking him, because I asked him a million times, "Isaac, are you all right? You got to tell me. You got to let me know." And he's like, "I'm fine. It just looks worse than it is." But so hopefully he's back to as close as he can. I don't think he'll ever be 100%. The same person that did Dak Prescott's surgery had the same exact injury did Isaac, and I think Dak was better last year than he was the year before. So hopefully we're
and wasn't the common thought coming out of the surgeries where this is an 18-month injury?
Yeah.
And we're just right at the tail end of what would be 18 months, right?
But he was determined to come back and play, and we needed him to.
Yeah.
But I want to make it clear, I did not ever force him into anything that he didn't feel comfortable with. But he never complained. He still has never complained one time. He's always, I've asked him to practice, he's done it. I've asked him to go into games, he's done it. He's never said, "No, I can't do that."
Yeah, we talked to